Hi Sagittarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a weekly tarot reading for the week of September 13th to the 19th, 2021. I do want to genuinely thank you for joining me, but I also want to remind you in this moment to, of course, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, we're going to begin by pulling a message or two, maybe three, from the Green Witch Oracle deck. And do keep in mind as I do the initial shuffling that this is a general intuitive weekly read for the sign of my lovely Sagittariuses. So do take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else. But as well, don't forget to check out the other placements within your chart for more messages. Alrighty? One more shuffle this way. For Sagittarius to begin the reading for the 13th to the 19th of September. All right, this feels right. Okay. Yeah, definitely. All right, so focus, healing, and wholeness. As well as continuance, it feels like there's something you're about to continue or debating on whether or not to continue throughout the week. It could be a living situation, a job, or a relationship, or you might be bringing a situation from the past back up in questioning whether or not it should be something to revisit. Interesting. Okay. So we're beginning with focus. You're going to find that at certain points in the week, it's really hard to focus on what you're trying to achieve. But then other times you're like so zoned in and focused that it's almost too intense. And you need to kind of find a middle ground where you don't overwhelm yourself or sort of don't accomplish anything, right? Of course, it's okay to take times throughout the week or moments throughout the week where you do nothing or just relax. But it's when you're trying to accomplish things that you either will just kind of blank out or find it's really, really hard to focus. And then other times you're just overly stressed and focused way too much, right? Anxiously in a sense. And the need to implement maybe some oils that can help you with that. Peppermint oil is great, as well as there's a few others that I know are really good as well, but not thinking of them at the moment. You feeling as if at times you want to start something new, but then get distracted about what you have at hand or the past popping back up. Healing. So don't be surprised when the universe pushes you to do a level of healing or a certain situation it feels like you need to heal from it, whether it's a living situation, a job, or relationship, or maybe friendships. And again, the past popping back up without you even trying to have it do that, and that pushing you to do a level of healing as you feel as if a lot of people maybe did you wrong in the past, or situations, friends, family members, or relationships that you've let go of a long time ago, or even in the recent past, being a time for you to kind of revisit them in a way that helps you heal. Don't let it become a negative sort of overthinking situation where you kind of rewind that sort of healing that you've already done. Okay, sorry if that was a struggle, but you also might find yourself dealing with an Aries. All right, wholeness. And so moving through the week, you're going to find there's also a focus on how fulfilled you feel, on how complete, on how whole you feel, and how other people, situations, and energies, even items, materialistic things, how they affect you in that manner. You may feel very family-oriented or very connection-oriented, feeling like there's just interesting, because I know it's wholeness, but I was just speaking upon it as if it was wholesomeness. It could be a focus on both for you. The number 33 being very present. They're all in the 30s. 33 being a sign of your success that you deserve at this time as you go towards a level of wholeness, completion, and fulfillment. Okay? So let's continue. We're going to pull 5 tarot cards from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. I feel like given the level of healing and just maybe at times feeling a little bit all over the place throughout the week, you're getting quite emotional in your energy. Just hang in there, okay? You might be feeling like you're losing somebody in your life, or feeling like a situation's changing in a way that you didn't expect. Just remember, everything happens for a reason, okay? Sagittarius for the week of the 13th to the 19th, 2021. It's coming out in reverse, but I feel like we'll talk about it. Bear with me. Pulling the rest right from the top of the deck. So, beginning the spread, we have the Lovers in reverse, and so I feel like at times throughout the week, you're going to find that there's a lack of love in a situation, whether it's a relationship, certain connections, family members, or even just in a living situation. But then at times throughout the week, you'll find that it turns upright and it's like so much love surrounds you, right? You're being pushed by the universe to remember that you're loved, that you're cared for, and that you just kind of feel the need, the inclination to show somebody how much you love them. You know, again, it might be somebody you're beginning to feel like you're losing or being drifted away from. Feeling very kind of pulled in opposite directions or going down different paths, but feeling like a lot of the times in a relationship, for those of you who are connected to somebody, it goes from very sort of this lack of love feeling to very romantic, a lot of love, and it's like, can't things be more consistent? But it's just that in the moments when you're trying to focus on your work, on your obligations, on certain chores, it feels like maybe even a hobby, you just can't stop thinking about a situation that goes from a lack of love to a lot of love, or feeling like a lot of you Sagittarius are thinking about how your life doesn't have the right amount or the right kind of love in it. Or at times just questioning whether you deserve a level of romance and love in your life in general. And again, reminders will come in to just focus on what you're doing in the present moment and to remember that you're loved. Just feeling like a lot of emotions will kind of distract you to a certain extent throughout the week. Moving on to the Two of Swords. Don't be surprised when you feel a bit defensive to a certain extent or on guard in certain conversations or when you're trying to explain something to somebody. It just feels as if the past being brought back up doesn't help as you're being pushed to do a level of healing, and to ask yourself, be very honest with oneself. Why am I feeling so defensive right now when it doesn't feel appropriate for this conversation or for this situation? Does it have more to do with what I've been thinking about or being pushed to move back to in one way, shape, or form? That wording was very interesting. Feeling like all of which has a lot to do with the healing you're going through, right? And a lot of you as you're being pushed back to the past mentally to revisit things, to heal from all of which so you can move forward in a positive light. It's this level of you needing to trust what's ahead for you, what your future entails. Feeling like a lot of you Sagittarius are kind of blinded to the positives that are ahead, as well as some of the obstacles you have to overcome, but feeling like you want more clarity, more clarification on your future, on your loved ones' futures. But it's just you needing to trust that everything will work out, that everything happens for a reason, and that to trust in the mystery of life itself. Okay? 10 of Cups. You might also find it hard to sleep throughout the week for one reason or another, feeling very drawn to the moon, the night sky. It may be part of the reason why you aren't meant to sleep as well throughout the week. Interesting. So 10 of Cups, there's a focus on completion, on new beginnings, on, again, your wholeness. Very much meant to be aligned with this wholeness card. And remember I was saying wholesomeness, it's just this level of you thinking a lot about your family or desiring a family, your connections in your life in general and how fulfilling they truly are and where they're actually heading, and then thinking thoroughly about where their life is heading and your life is heading and if they're aligned in any way, shape, or form. So it's just you needing to accept that everything's going to unravel in the way it's meant to and not to overthink things, okay? But at times just kind of wanting things to work out in such a positive, colorful way for you and your loved ones that you stress it too much, okay? Way too many twos. But again, there's a reason why it's aligned with the 33. You needing to remember and being reminded by certain synchronicities and whatnot that success lies ahead for you and your loved ones, okay? 2 of Cups. And so there's a true focus moving through the week on one connection for you, whether it's a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, or simply a relationship, and maybe somebody from the past. It's going to vary from Sagittarius to Sagittarius, but there's like a focus on it for a reason, and you're going to need to sort of digest and figure out why that is. being aligned with the Lovers in reverse, why at times you don't feel there's a true immense amount of love in the situation, or why you don't feel as if you guys are sort of aligned or going in the same direction in one way, shape, or form. And then again, for some of you, why it goes from a lack of love to love and then kind of alternates from there. And needing to kind of remember to go with the flow and trust your intuition as to how things are meant to unravel. And don't allow that sort of connection to adjust your level of focus or to get in the way of you fulfilling certain obligations. A lot of you weighing whether or not this situation is meant to be continued or restarted if it's a past one. Okay. And we're moving on to the last and final card, which is the Magician. And we have 2 moons once again, actually 3. Very interesting. So as you move throughout the week, especially towards the end, you're going to find yourself focusing on your manifestation skills, or the universe is going to push you to understand and remember that the possibilities are endless at this time when it comes to you and your loved ones. And to remember that as I'm being pushed to see, or now I'm seeing that this is the 4th moon out of the 5 cards. But it's just feeling like you're backed up by the universe to a certain extent, that whatever you decide to go after or continue at this time will have a level of success. And it doesn't mean certain obstacles won't take place moving forward, but it doesn't mean that things are going to sort of pan out how they did in the past, right? So I need to remember, as you're going through this healing, revisiting and sort of planning and a bit of worry and overthinking, just stay positive, optimistic, and expect the best. Being aligned with the 2 of Swords, and need to understand, once again, the possibilities are endless for you and your loved ones, but don't expect to understand everything 100% as you move forward. That lack of clarity, that mystery at times is purposeful, and to put your guard down when you're sort of trying to achieve this and that, or just accomplish a lot throughout the week. Okay? Just remember that the healing you're going through, the ups and downs and the lefts and rights, are all very much purposeful for you within your personal growth and development. Let's finish up this beautiful reading by pulling a message or 2 from the Find Your Happy deck. I just saw 1212 on the timestamp. I would look up the meaning for that angel number. For Sagittarius, to wrap up this weekly read. This feels right. I deserve better, as well as take it one day at a time. And instead of focusing on the anger, I focus on healing the pain. Absolutely relevant to what we've been speaking upon. But to speak about the other 2 cards, it just feels like a lot of you will think back to the past and think, I deserve better than what I dealt with. Or maybe with what you're dealing with at the present time, whether it's connection-based, a living situation, a job, or however it pertains to you. But being reminded by the universe to make your way throughout the week and moving forward, to take it one day at a time. And if you need to break it down even further, one moment at a time, moment to moment basis. And as I struggle, just remember that everything's going to work out for you and your loved ones as you truly remember that you deserve it all. Okay? So Sagittarius, I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I wish you nothing but the best. Hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Sagittarius.